Hi, I'm Moody, feeling Moody. It's time for a moon message. Today's moon is the waxing crescent moon under the astrological sign of Gemini. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node, Aquarius, Holy Spirit, Angel Guides, Spirit Guides. What is the July Buck Moon Month message for Aquarius? Hi Aquarius, we're gonna talk about the July Buck Moon for a minute and then talk about some astrology going on in July, and then we're gonna pull an oracle card and then the tarot. Stay with me. At any point you can like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment. So yeah, July is called the Buck Moon. Of course, all of these names of the month are Native American traditions, naming the different moons, months. But July is called the Buck Moon because the buck is a male deer. Right. And the buck is associated with growth, renewal, transformation, aligning with the deer's secular growth and renewal of antlers. Did you know that every year the buck sheds their antlers and grows new ones? Every year. And actually, they come back in this month, July. When you touch the antlers, they have like a velvety feel. They actually call this a natural phenomenon. The male deer shedding their antlers each year and begin to grow new ones in the spring. And as they grow new ones, based on whatever they experienced in that year, the antlers come back bigger and in different shapes. It's amazing. It's a natural phenomenon. There's also a spiritual significance, of course. It's seen as a symbol or a process. And it is like life. Everything is a process. During this process, spiritually, in July, pay attention to praying and meditating and believing. That is what's going to assist you on the new intentions that you set under the full moon in Cancer. Prayer, meditation, and believing. Did you know that the male deer is also associated with grace, beauty, heavily connected to nature? Very intuitive, always on a journey towards higher awareness. Actually, their antennas are known to have the ability to connect them with the spiritual realm. They represent the cycles of nature. The shedding and regrowing of the antlers symbolize growth, regeneration, and letting go of old patterns. Yeah. The stag, a term associated with the buck, is also associated with spiritual journeys. Acting. Well, actually, the buck is known for acting as a messenger or a gateway between dimensions. The shedding and regrowing of the antlers symbolize the secular nature and transformation and growth. So they're actually able to take that process, because all of this is a process, and translate that to spiritual change in nature. They're strongly connected to the natural world and the cycles of nature, representing the delicate balance and rhythm of the earth. The buck is seen as a guide, a leader. Yes, with those antlers, right? Because the antlers really determine their stature. Every year when they grow back, they're bigger, they're stronger. Especially if they were in a fight or something, more protection comes back. And that's how they attract the doe, right? The doe is attracted to the buck based on their antlers. So based on their antlers, they decide whether or not, the doe decides whether or not she's going to have his offspring. Yeah, so it's very symbolic with the transformation, the growth, the renewal, the birth, the rebirth, it's amazing how it all coincides with us and our cycles of life. So that's why July is a very important month, Aquarius. Planetarily, oh my goodness, Uranus, your ruling planet, Aquarius, enters Gemini. This is going to last for several years. And with you two together, communication is going to be revolutionized. Like how we learn, media, social interactions, how people connect, share information, and organize themselves. It's going to encourage experimentation and innovation in these areas. It's going to grow exponentially. Oh, yeah. Also, we have Mercury in retrograde. Yeah, Pluto's in retrograde too. A lot, maybe like 4 planets are in retrograde, so you can't help but feel that, whether they're your ruling planets or not. But Mercury's in retrograde, which controls Virgo and Gemini. So even though Gemini is in Uranus, which is very rebellious, let's do it, assertive. Gemini is retrograde. Let's think about this. Let's come up with a better plan. Right. So you may feel the push and the pull of that, Aquarius. Okay. Also, Gemini is very reflective at this time, being retrograde. That's why they are apprehensive about, you're the charge. Let's take charge. Let's make action, make things happen. And you're going to feel that Gemini side is saying, let's think about this. Let's strategize. Let's come up with a plan. Better communication, right? Don't let them procrastinate indefinitely. Okay. Also, Mercury retrograde is in the sign of Leo. That means communication can be misinterpreted, Aquarius, especially with a Leo. Yes. But it's also a time to revisit your projects, to pull them down off the shelf. Maybe you were distracted. Maybe life distracted you, Aquarius. And it's time, under all these retrogrades, because there's 4 planets, it's time to look at past projects, re-examine, re-explore past ideas, because that will lead you to new insights. Be mindful, though, of miscommunication. Delays are going to occur during this period because of that Gemini energy, because of Mercury in retrograde. Then there's Saturn and Neptune. They're retrograde in Aries. I'm telling you. So all these retrogrades happening concurrently, that energy is pulling us back, saying, re-examine, review, reassess. Also in July, Leo season begins, right? We end Cancer season and we go into Leo season, bringing a new focus on self-expression, creativity, and leadership. So you have all this powerful energy here coming in, converging with you. Yes. Full moon is in Capricorn, and the new moon is in Leo. Definitely long-term goals, your money, planning it, projecting it, acknowledging your achievements, but also considering where adjustments are needed. You are influenced by this Gemini energy. It's a delicate balance. Yes, Aquarius. Major personal and identity transformation is what's in store for you in July. Let's look at an oracle. What's the oracle? These are cards you got to read the book. I love them. PC, Cast, and Corlett Baron Reed. Okay, bottom card. What's the card? Confidence. You need a vote of confidence. Let's see what the book says about confidence for Aquarius. Confidence. Are you confident? Or is there a lack? Yeah. This is about somebody being a chosen one right off. It says, there are a few of my chosen ones who have the confidence and courage to live forever. There is one such immortal being who has kept this oracle safe in a castle of the Isles of Skye to be given to you when the time is right. This time is now. This is your time. The world needs you. Much is going to be asked of you as you move through your life's challenges and receive my gifts. Know that I have chosen you and that you have everything you need to make the right decisions. Walk with your head held high and take the next step towards your goal with confidence. I will be with you every step of the way. Wow, Spirit is deep. If that doesn't give you confidence and courage to take a step or continue on your path, I don't know what will. Let's go. Let's add some tarot. Aquarius, July, the buck moon. Yeah, those antlers, they do use them to fight when you have to. Sometimes you may have to fight for what you believe. Whoa, swords. There's that Cancer. Oh, energy. Spirit. Okay. I see you start to fight because Spirit shows up. Look. 3 major arcanas. You got nothing to worry about. Okay. That's the middle. I saw it. Look at. Ooh, it could concern love. Doesn't have to. But it could. 2 of Cups. Relationships. Yeah. You're needed at this time. That's what Spirit said, right? What you have, nobody else can do it. This is your time. The world needs you. Yeah. These are relationships. 2 of Cups. Of course, one of those relationships could be your lover, but this is what life is about. Relationships. Like, I believe every encounter is for a reason. Everything that happens to us in life, Spirit uses it for our greater good. So the Nine of Swords, somebody is worried. There's a lack with the Nine of Swords of confidence, of courage, for sure. Worry, fear, doubt, what? I can't do it. This is not going to work out for me. I'll never find love. What is all of this? Well, I'll tell you what it is. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. If that doesn't give you confidence, and the Ace of Wands, I do see July as a burst of confidence and courage. That's what it is. Immediately, Spirit steps in. You must have said a prayer into your hands, asked for some help. You need to know He has heard your prayer and He is on the way. The Chariot closes the gap, deals with distance, either increasing it or shrinking it. Cancerian energy. We just had that new moon in Cancer. This has to do with something you want, someone you want, Aquarius. With the Two of Cups, I'm not going to deny that there's some type of relationship that you want to bring back into balance. You want things to work out. You love this person. There's passion. You desire them. Somebody is traveling to see somebody new. Their intention is to break down barriers and to get to you. Wow, that's how I feel. Look at the Knight of Swords, determination. He's a low rider because that allows more speed. They want to get to you. This is someone who thinks about you constantly. You are always in their thoughts. The Magician is always thinking about what they want. Oof. You're very spiritual to this person. You know, somebody needed confidence, lacked it, prayed on it, and then took action. And that's what I see happening in July. July is a good month here. Just remain balanced and patient, right? Balance, 1 foot on earth, 1 foot in the water, and go with the flow. Notice how the water is going from cup to cup. Go with the flow. Anything that you're doing right now is protected with the feathers for me. Yeah, I see the sun is in the near future. Just be patient and remain balanced. The relationships that you need to move you forward, God's already aligned them for you, really. He's already sent, He's deployed angels to you. Didn't I say you're protected already? Not only that, look at all the majors that showed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas. Okay. Is there something else that what? Not getting your fulfillment. So there's a lack of confidence about whether or not you're going to get your fulfillment. That's what this means. What? Okay. Yeah, all these retrogrades, use that time wisely. Because when you come out of that, you are going to be the 10 of Pentacles. Very successful. What else, Spirit? You will. You'll have the family, the children. Yeah. 2 of Cups again. Every relationship that you need will be provided, Spirit said. He's already, look at this, 8 of Pentacles. Continue to work on whatever it is. For some of you, the desires of your heart is a job, a skill set, some recognition, some achievement having to do with work, mastering something that you do, right? And being paid for it with the 10 of Pentacles, it being able to provide for you. But without that confidence and that courage, that Leo energy, a delicate balance. You need confidence and courage to be successful, to obtain your wish fulfillment right now. Some of the people that are getting ready to come into your life are going to push you, are really going to allow you to make some strides, I'm hearing. Some of you are praying for mentors, or maybe you're not praying for them, but no, you'll know that you need them because they'll show up. They'll show up and they'll be offering you some advice on how you can be successful. Some of you, it's definitely a new job, a new stream of income. For others of you, it is your heart. It's you want love. And there's a lack of courage and confidence in terms of you thinking you can get it. For all of it, it's an inside job, right? Yeah, this is about what you love and who you love, right? It's true love. Be determined. Be persistent. Be confident that you will obtain it. And step out. Step out in faith. Have the courage to put yourself out there. Not in a desperate way, but in a confident way, knowing you deserve it, that you've been working towards it, and that it's coming. The magician never loses sight of that. And the Nine of Wands is determination. It's resiliency. It's 1 away from the 10, meaning any challenges surrounding this are soon to be over, soon as you remember. The world needs you. The world needs you. Tell me more about Aquarius career in July. So you're growing a new set of antlers. Trying to attract that doe, or if you're that doe, you're trying to attract that buck. Money conflicts, cutting corners. But there's going to be a breakthrough, don't worry. But in the interim, you do have to cut corners and set up a budget. Stop spending money. Fluctuating income. There's a lot of indecision as a result of income. We are responsible for our own financial health. Oof, boy, do I know that. Maybe a new strategy is needed. And during this Gemini influence with Uranus, it gives you time to examine and strategize. In the interim, until you get exactly what it is you are after, you may have to do some seasonal work. What else does Aquarius need to know about career? The 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the type of work. What else, Spirit? Aquarius. Divine forces are showing you the way to go. You are discovering another piece of your destiny and your life's purpose. You're being guided. Didn't I tell you Spirit deployed the angels? And here I said to go with the flow. Because as you're being guided, right, you may not see the whole picture. You may not understand everything, right? God's thoughts and actions are not like ours. And right here, the Holy Spirit is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want to have. In the flow, be in the flow. It's going to require you to go deeper, very spiritual, relying on something greater than yourself. And being in prayer, being focused, being resilient, persevering in spite of everything. What else? What else, Spirit? for Aquarius, the buck moon. What else? July. Direction. Do not deviate from your path. Attract a mentor. Didn't I say that before? Well, he's clarifying it. You need to seek somebody who has what you want, and it's successful. Like, you want to be around people that have successful relationships, right? Maybe go to a marriage counselor or a therapist, or whatever it is. Attract somebody who has more experience than you in what the situation is. Absolutely. That, all of this, the knowledge, right? The interaction, the quick response, you're able to bounce things off of somebody. Yeah, don't deviate from your path. Plan where you want to be. That's why I said all the retrogrades this is a good time to just reinforce your plan, take some temporary work, cut the budget. That's what I'm doing. You will discover new talents that will lead you to new opportunities. Use opportunities that arise. So there's a gift coming. There's a gift. And the whole thing about opportunity is, when it presents itself, do we seize it? Or do we miss the opportunity? You know, I did a collective reading about the star being reversed, a missed opportunity. So even though God sends the opportunity, sometimes we miss it because we're not ready, because we're not in the flow, because we're not listening to our intuition, because but see, choosing the right direction and actively overcoming difficulties keeps you on the right track, leading you to success. I do feel some success. For sure, because you don't give up. There's persistence, endurance, and that gets you there. That gets you there. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love for Aquarius in July. Is there a buck trying to get the attention of the doe? Spirit says, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. With the 2 of Cups at the center, think positively about that other person. Because remember, there's 2 cups. You want them to be balanced. You want them to be reciprocal. You want there to be something in those cups that aligns you to. Oh, yeah. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring you romance. What else does Aquarius need to know, Spirit, for July? What else? What else? You do have the Lovers. So I see it coming. Trust. See, the opportunity could present itself, but if we don't trust, we're not ready. And this situation is calling for you to have faith. You got the Magician. All of this. Faith, confidence, courage. The world needs you. And somebody else does too. Yeah, people need you. You know, you're a personality. You are a people. Networking skills, very high. Spirit says, be more playful. Yeah, break down those walls. This is about you recapturing something that you want. Romance. Intimacy. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Yeah, that people person, networking, assisting, pulling together, conversing. That's you. That's your light side, is what's going to attract the romance that you want. Okay. Tell me more about this romance that the soulmate the true love that Aquarius is attracting. In order to get them, you're going to have to do things differently. Can't do things the old way. We need new patterns. And that is what the new moon is. Some intentions were set. I want a solid relationship. I want to be successful in my job stream. In this, in that, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, the world needs it. Okay, so Spirit says, just stay optimistic. The past is over. Oof. Yeah, that's issues of trust. Some still feel some shame, remorse. There's still some shadow energy. You came in with it with the 9 of Swords. And then Spirit says the ability to trust, to just believe and go with the flow. But not only that, once this soulmate appears, because that's the one, the lover, the true love, when that one appears, trust, because that's given of your heart, Aquarius. Okay, that's what he's saying right now on that. What else, Spirit? Tell me more about this new soulmate, new patterns. Add a charge of health. It could be going to the gym, going to a park, getting out in nature more. All of that adds vitality to your health and your love life. But letting go. Yeah, new beginnings require an ending. The letting go, some change, forward movement, taking risks, and of course being ready for the opportunity, being confident that when you're calling this in, you know what to do with it. You know how to maintain it and make it grow. Oof, being ready, Moody. You need to be ready. Look at, there's that trust again. Somebody hurt your heart. Yeah, but you want that heart to be charged again. You want that, and therefore you have to be vulnerable. You gotta be open. You can't be afraid of a broken heart. And you know, every time we encounter a relationship, you never know how it's gonna turn out. You just have to think of the best, think of the positive, go in with an open heart. At least you've done your part if it goes south. But for some reason, what's coming in, Spirit says, you can be vulnerable and trust in this connection. Maybe you couldn't in the past, Aquarius. But now he's saying you can be vulnerable and trust in this connection. Your fragile heart is safe. Oof, I like that. I do. He's telling you, yeah. Look at how many majors you have showing up. Divine will help you recognize signs. Your spiritual journey is beginning. So you've got all this new energy here. New energy. Just when it appears for you, pray on it and trust it. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Until the next moon phase, namaste.